Hi all and welcome to No Man's Sky Beginner's Guide Part 2A. There's a reason for the A, let's get into it. So as you can see, there are now 3 saves on my game file. The bottom one, the nearly 73 hours, that's my main game save, and you can see the updates on that in the playlist No Man's Sky weekly updates. This is the one you've already seen, 1 hour 53, that's the one featured in part 1. And this one is the one I have done on this date of recording, 12th of July, where I'm planning not to use any drops. And as you can see, it's a lot longer played because I know I'm not going to be using drops, and that game will be featured in part 2B. If you do not have any Twitch drops, previous exploration drops, or anything like that, then please feel free to skip the rest of this video. If you want to see what happens when you do have drops, if you feel like getting involved in No Man's Sky explorations, but you also want to do a non-exploration save like I've gone, then please go ahead and continue with the video. So let's go and do the drops first. We're just going to wait for it to load up. While it's loading up, I'm just going to get a drink. So we are just waiting for that to come back. I did just mute the mic while I took a drink, so still waiting for the load. The load time on this game can be a little bit long depending on what you're doing and where you are. Right, so this is where we left it. We had just jumped out of our ship, wherever it's gone. There it is. So this is our ship. As a quick reference, this is our starter ship, our C class, with some stuff in it. This is our basic exosuit setup, and this is our starter original tool we had with some tech that we found / brought. Now we are going to go in here. We've got a quest here to go and do the Twitch drops rewards. So you come over to here and you see the Quicksilver Synthesis Companion, and it's got all sorts of items here. It tells you about Quicksilver, it tells you about expedition rewards. I don't have any because I don't usually do, and I've got a patch of fireworks. Whoop. And you can see here it tells you how to complete it, where to get it from, and most of these expeditions are past. So I'm just going to go in here. I'm just going to delete them because they're not worth any credits, and I hate using them because they're slow and annoying. So I've just destroyed those. Now we are going to follow the rest of the quest. So we're just going to follow these purple marks around. For now it is better to follow the quest. So I've actually come the wrong way. The easiest way to navigate this anomaly station is to jump out your thing, come up this ramp here, just to the right of that companion, and then you've got the other 2 iterations here. These 2, there's one here, there's one here, there's another one over there, but they're useless. And then what you do is you come over here, up this ramp, through these double doors, and then to the left. There we go. And this is Nada, which is the one you spoke to on your communicator. Again, I'm just going to whiz through all this. You can slow the video down. You do have to ask about everything. It doesn't matter which order you do it in. Eventually you'll run out of things to ask, and you can actually move on about the game. Oh, there you go. I could have just stopped there, but there was a leave option. There we go. So Polo Friend is just over here, so we go and speak to them. Ask how. Right, there we go. So there's the next quest. We right click to clear that. So we now go down and do Helios. Don't skip, you need to wait for the quest even if you're experienced, otherwise the quest will break and you have to reload your game and start again. So go and speak to Helios. They usually, every day you can come here, and if you've earned or have identified things or discovered things, you can give the data and it will give you nanites. It's not the easiest way to earn nanites, but it does give you some. Now it's telling us to go and find some blueprints, so we'll go and do that next. We're still following the quest. I know other things we can do, but first of all we will follow the quest. So again, we'll pop up here. Nadia's to the left, all the patterns are to the right. So for the moment we are going to follow the quest and go round to the purple. Click on this person, research, and then we're just going to right click away from that. Okay, right click again, view, visit the construction research, which is here. So this is where you're going to need all your salvage data, and this is why we need hundreds, because there are a lot of things that you can get. A lot of this stuff can be gained through doing quests later in the game. I will briefly go through the things that can be got through quests. Most of this lot here can be got through a quest. This must be brought, this must be brought, this must be brought, this must be brought. All of this, well, sorry, not must, can. All of the structure, the roof and the walls and things, that's for base building. Select one, whether you want timber, stone or alloy, and buy the basics for that, your preference. I've never used those. They can be brought. You do want these, especially if you're doing Twitch drops, which is this one is. So the first one we're going to do is we are going to buy a storage container. Bam. There's 9 of them. You only need the first one right now. This you will need to buy some of this, and some of it comes with a quest. What I suggest you do is when you get to the part for the quest, wait. I've never brought any of these. Tech is where we're at right now, and we need, which one do we need? I can't remember. It tells you to buy one, so let's right click out and it might tell you which ones you need to buy. Nope. So then we go back over to Nadia. We'll come back here, don't worry, there are things we need to do. First of all, I just want to get it through this quest so we don't make any mistakes, otherwise we'll have to reload. So again, we are just clicking through the quest. There we go. Right, there we go. Now we're free to roam. The first thing we're going to do is go back down through these double doors and speak to the other iteration. So over here, that's Helios. There it is. This is Ares, and much like Helios, they'll be asking you for things, and you can get nanites. Never give up the item here. Always just give them the data, and then grab your nanites. Now this iteration also does sell upgrades. We'll just have a quick look. But I will state that these are very rarely worth buying, because they only ever have B's and C's. You'll want S, preferably S, maybe a couple of A's. That's that done. We've gained all the nanites we can possibly get right now. So we are now going to go back up into the tech shop. And the first thing we are going to do, the very first thing we're going to do, is come over to here, the Synthesis Laboratory. Go in here and buy the Atlas Pass 1 straight away. Boom. You've got to do that. After that, I would suggest buying the microprocessor, because you do need a lot of them. You can buy them, but now we can make them. And that's really all you need to get from this lot. That's all you need. You can also click through here, and that's end game crafting. I still haven't found I need this, and you get quite a lot of this from another game mechanic feature later on. So that's that one. It's worth having a look at the weapon, so we'll just do that now. It's a C, so we are going to, that's 16 nanites, that's 16 nanites, and that's 16 nanites, so that is 16, 32, that's 48 nanites sat there for 280 thou. That's not worth it. We're going to decline that. This is your multi-tool research. Just go through that. And I'm looking for certain things. Right, this is what we want. So we go waveform recycler. Most of the time you'll have to go back in and out, which makes it annoying. I don't know why they've done this. Survey device we want straight away. Bang, don't worry about the materials. Go back in, and we don't have enough. We are out of nanites. We could, we've gone about by the barrel ionize, that thing I can't say. You want to buy this. It's one of the we want to buy that as well. And if you've got nanites, it depends what you've managed to get. The next thing you want to do is buy the ricochet module as well. That's 90. We don't have enough nanites, unfortunately. We didn't identify enough things. So the next thing would be to get the ricochet and then to get the combat scope, and that's where your nanites will be going. As you look around here, we've got this is the exosuit research, which I think is nanites as well. We don't have any left. Yep, you really want the hazmat gauntlet as well, but we don't have enough, and we don't have enough for the translator. So now what we're going to do, we are now going to collect all our previous exploration and or Twitch drops. So this is where this one is going to deviate from part B, because part B, even though I still have all of the Twitch and previous exploration drops, we aren't going to use them. So if you have drops, this will show you how to process them all and get the best out of it. So we're going to go down here to collect Twitch rewards. This is where most of my stuff is, and we are just going to collect every single thing. All of these are emotes and just MTX mostly. They're, as you can see, they're just MTX for my hideout, for want of a better term. More fireworks. Right, I'm going to stop there for a minute and wait for that to all catch up. I don't understand the egg thing. I've never got really into it, so it's an update. I should learn how to do it at some point, but I haven't yet, and I've not seen anyone else doing any videos on it. So I'm just going to again delete all these fireworks. They're not worth anything. But if I don't pick them up, this every time I come here, it says you still got Twitch rewards. So we're now going to go back in here, and we are going to collect all of this. We're going to collect all of this, these, and this MTX for various things. So far, this is all the easy stuff. Now we are getting into the difficult stuff, because here's 5 ships. So you click on the ship, you go to compare, and you claim the ship. Never exchange, always compare. Just right click any of the notifications that come up. Wait for all the other things to register. Just quickly check you've got space in the inventory. Yep, plenty of space. So we're going to go back in here, down to the Twitch rewards, pick up the next ship, compare, claim ship, back in, and I have to do this for every single ship. There's not much to say really, you just got to keep going through the motions. I'm not even looking at the ships yet because it's not worth it. I've done this a multitude of times, I know which is the best ship out of all of these for what I want to do. You may have tons of ships and you may have to go through everything else. Now this is a multi-tool, so again we take the multi-tool for free and add it to collection. Just remember you can only have 6 multi-tools, so and we are just going to keep doing this until we are out of drops. Luckily they put all the MTX first, so when you've done through that you can then come down here. There we go, and then if you have got any expedition rewards, obviously you'll do those as well and go through the similar process. I think most of the expedition rewards, however, are MTX again. So if you've got any Quicksilver, I don't yet, but you can if you look. Most of it is MTX. You can see the cost there. You can earn Quicksilver in your save regardless of what you've chosen, but have a look through to see what you want to buy. Take a note of what you want to get, take a note of how much it is, and then you can always come back here and take a note of what page it's on as well, because you then can take a note and then just flick down to the relevant place and then just buy it from there. There is quite a lot of stuff. So that's the Quicksilver. If you don't know how to earn it, there's a little tutorial in there. So what we are going to do now, we are not going to go back to our ship. We are actually going to go up here. See, now it's asking me to learn the electric generator, which we will do shortly. We're going to go through the double doors and we're going to go straight up, and this is a teleporter. Now you can never teleport onto the anomaly station, I don't know why, but you can use the teleporter to teleport to other places. There's usually community highlights here, so there's places you can go, plus all your space stations you've been to and any bases you have. So we are just going to go to our base. Just wait for the game to catch up. There we go. So we are sliding downhill. No. So what we're going to do now is build us our, I forgot what the word is, the strongbox. So the first thing we're going to do actually is just get rid of all these question marks. There we go. Bump. Get rid of all these things. Go in here. There's a storage container. So we need 35 magnetized ferret to build it. So we're just going to pop in our little shack. Drop down our refiner. If the game starts bugging me out, there we go. Drop some carbon in there. It doesn't matter which one. I'm just going to throw that in there for now. And look, have we got any pure ferrite? We do. Do we have any mag? We don't have enough pure ferrite. So transfer some ferrite dust into pure. Can't remember. I think it's a 2-to-1 ratio, so we want about 100. There we go. Oop. And then we go and find the pure. Boop, and bang out. Is it 2 to? I thought it was 2-to-1. Bang out the 35 mag ferrite because I can't remember how many we had. The reason I'm doing this is because I know how much money is going to be incoming from the Twitch drops, and for now we're going to leave our refiner in our hideout or stash or whatever you want to call it, your little house hut thing. The next thing we're going to do is, now we've got enough mag ferrite, or we should have, to build our container. Doesn't matter where you build it, it's not going to last very long. We will end up deleting it later. Now we're going to use our electrical wiring to hook up our storage container to the existing biofuel thing, and just check the fuel, 17 hours left, that's great. Now we are going to take everything we've got in our spaceship, press X and pop it in our storage container. We are now also going to, anything that can be stored, we are going to store. So we are going to keep this, so we're going to store that. Can we store this? No. Can we store that? No. Can we store that? No. So that's all kind of stuck. We know, or I know, that I have better ships than this. So this now gets relabeled as scrap. We go into our multi-tool and we do the same thing. That's not the multi-tool we had, so we're just going to change our multi-tool to the original tool. There we go, and we are going to take out everything that we can. Multi-tool. Boltcaster. Put that in our ship, and then we can exit into our container. And the mining beam, we can't take it. Mining beam is the one thing you can never ever take out into the starship, into our container. So our multi-tool is now completely junk. It is a junk C because it's C class. There's no point, you don't need to do anything with the mining beam, that's just going to sit there, and this has only got a few tech slots. So we're now going to go to our exosuit and do the same thing. Anything we want to keep, we are going to just stash into our storage container. So all of this lot. We don't want to put anything into our ship because that is basically going to be deleted from the game. So we are just going to throw everything in a storage container. Okay, we're also going to look through these patterns. Now this is an A class, which is it's SABC, so that is quite good. It's also a deflector shield update, so we're going to want to keep that. This is a scanner module. For now we're going to keep all of these upgrades we are going to keep. We're also going to keep the supercharge for the Boltcaster. What's this? Terrain manipulator, we'll keep that as well. So there's that one. So that's the only one that we've got out of our old multi-tool. So the next thing is we're just going to sort out our ships. So this, we know this is scrap. So the next thing we're going to do is go a little bit up the hill, press X and summon a ship. It really doesn't matter which one you summon. So you do that by coming here, going to the right, right again, and up and here. We're not going to summon that one, we are going to summon this one. So you just got to wait until it goes green. There it goes, boom. It'll just come and land. Now I know it may take you a while to figure this out, but I know which one of these ships are junk and which ones are good. So I'm just going to jump into it. That'll switch this starship to my main. We are going to take out again all of the patterns and have a look at them. That is a bad one, so that's going to go into our exosuit for selling. That can't be removed, that can't be removed, that can't be removed, that can't be removed. That can be removed, but we want to keep it for whichever ship we have. So we're going to put that in our exosuit, which is the wrong thing to have. That can't be moved. So this one is also junk. So I'm going to call this scrap 2. Bam. It may look good, but I've got better. So now we're just going to come into our exosuit because there was one thing I put in here that I actually want to keep. That is the hyperdrive. Bam. Goes in the storage container. Yeah, it did go in the right place. So we're going to jump out of this ship. We're going to move down the place a bit. I mean, you might be on a flat land. I've got to deal with this hill because that's just where I built my shack, it's probably a bad decision to do this, but right, so we're just going to do again. We're going to go up here, scrap. Why is that one scrap? Okay, so there's this one, so we're just going to find somewhere green to put it. There it is, bump. And we're just going to do the same thing as we did with the other one. Once it's landed, here it comes. This doesn't get rid of your other ships. It's that one's still up there and that one's over there. So we're now just going to jump into this one, and we're going to do the same. We are going to take out the X-Knife accelerator, and I don't need that, so that's going to go into the exosuit to get rid of. We don't need this. It's the only weapon, so I can't take that out. We can't get rid of any of that, so this is junk number 3. Actually, we can call it 3 junk because I don't want them to get confused. There we go. So we jump out of this one and we go on to the next one. There we go. So we've got summon scrap, scrap, that's scrap, that's scrap, that's scrap 2. The Nemesis, so again we're looking for a green place. There it is. Boom. Now this is the actual one that is the best of all the ships I have. So we are going to keep this one, and we're just going to keep it, and we're going to call it main ship. But we are going to take out the positron ejector, so we are going to store that tech into the spaceship, put it in our exosuit. We can't remove this because it is the only tech, it's the only weapon, so we're just going to leave that alone. We'll jump out of that one. And there is one more ship to summon, I believe. Summon scrap, scrap, scrap 2, junk 3. There it is. Oh no, there's 2. Right, okay, so we will summon this bad boy somewhere. It's time to run out of place. Oh, there we go. Put it there. It's like a car park of spaceships. Or a junkyard, depending. Boom, there we go. Now this one I also know is, it's a really good spaceship. It's got a huge amount of cargo and a huge amount of tech, but the maneuverability of it is so low that when you get into ship combat, it's really bad. It doesn't matter what you name it, as long as you name it something that will help you. So we are going to take out that shield, pop it in our exosuit somewhere. There it is. And we are actually going to keep that one, so that then just gets popped into our inventory. Can't take that out, and we can't make any of this out either. So that's that one done. And in our final one, I think we're just going to have to move down the beach a bit just to make some space. And last one to summon. Flick through the names. There it is. Boom. So we've already decided what our main ship is going to be. So this is going to be, I don't know, scrap 6 or whatever. So again, we do want to keep the economy scanner, so we're going to store that, pop it in there, and not do that. Pop it in the storage containment. The reason for pop it in the storage container is to keep it. Now, this is going to give 75, if you look at the dismantle, 75 deuterium, 75 cadmium, and 1 wiring loom. You can't really get that. So you've got a choice. I'm actually going to dismantle it because I know how rare cadmium is. So I'm just going to right click. It'll all go into my thing, and that is just going to get shifted straight into the storage container. There we go. I do want the phase beam out of here, but I don't have another weapon to put in there. Let's just check our exosuit. Nope, they're all upgrades, so I can't do anything. I'd have to have I got any weapons to install? Yes, we can't install either of them because which one's going to be easiest? Probably the photo cannon. If I can get the photo cannon installed, we'll just have to jump out and go to our container and have a look. What do we need? Pure ferrite, 100 pure ferrite. I don't think I've got that much. No, we've got 54, but we've got ferrite dust somewhere. Yes. And what was the other thing we needed? Just come out. Sodium nitrate. That's upgraded sodium. We've got 48 of that, and we've got 76 sodium. So we're off to our refiner. This is why it takes a little bit of time to sort out. You're having to play everything off. So we're gonna take the ferrite dust and pop that in there. There's the 100. The ferrite dust we know we don't need, so I can pop in there. We need the sodium into sodium nitrate. We need about 20, so boom. Put that in there, and again we pop that in there. We leave the refiner down, come back out, and it tells us we can install the photo cannon. So that's that done, which means now we can actually store the phase beam, and we want to put that into our storage container, and the photo cannon can sit there. Next thing, we've already named it scrap. So now we got the long-winded part of going into the teleporter, going up to the current system space station. And first of all, we are going to go over, not here, it's all over the other side. In my opinion, the teleporter is on the wrong side of the space station. The teleporter should be on the other side because that's where everything you need is. Just skip that. So now I come over to use the very useful feature of the Starship upgrade outfit. So we're going to scrap it for 2.7 million. You don't actually get the units. Boom, that's that gone. As you can see, I've got some items popping up into my inventory, into my exosuit. There we go. So all of these can be sold for various prices, and now we get a lot of other stuff that we need to keep an eye on. So let's have a look at the next starship. Now the game will give you, as long as you've got at least one starship in your inventory to summon, it will keep giving you the next spaceship. Hopefully we'll just keep on getting the scrap ones because then we don't have to go. So we'll scrap this one as well because it is labelled scrap. We'll get 3.5 million for this. Kaboom, there we go, more stuff. So we go into our exosuit. As we can see, we've got loads of stuff to sell, and it keeps wanting me to throw stuff into my multi-tool, which we can't do at the moment. So the next thing is we look at the next one. This is also called scrap, so we'll scrap this one as well. Boom. And we'll just check our exosuit. So we're getting loads of upgrades from our ships as we scrap them. It's still worth taking the tech out because you never know what you're going to get back. So if there's anything you do want, you just take it out. So there we go. We're going to scrap this one as well. 3.6 mil. Boom. That's that one gone. And check our exosuit. We're just making sure we've got enough space. That's all we're doing. Making sure we've got enough space for whatever drops. What we should have done really is drop these two back into the storage container, but hey ho. Oh, another junk one. Oh, have we got anything we can install in our exosuit? Have we got a photo cannon, cyclone module? No. Face beam module, positron. That's an upgrade. Doesn't look like it. We're actually looking for the actual item, but that's fine. Never mind. Okay, so we go on to this one. This is also scrap. Three junk. It's always worth checking the name, because once you scrap it, even comes up here again, so you get 2 chances. Once you press it the third time, that second one though, that is it. It is gone. It is junked and scrapped. So there we go, more stuff, and we're getting some storage augmentation. So again, we're lucked out here because it's literally picking up. Oh, that's the main ship. So we leave, and what we do now is be very careful with this bit, because we are carrying patterns that we might want. You come up to any of these traders along here, purchase upgrade modules, sell. Just check there's nothing in your Starship inventory, and then come back here. So we want to sell the analysis via package 16, that's fine. We want to sell this because it's only a C, so we'll get rid of that. Infra knife module will sell. Cadmium accelerator package, a significant upgrade for the infra knife accelerator, we sell that. Ultraviolet package, positron ejector, we sell that. Starship shield is an A, we want to keep that. Positron module is positron ejector, so we sell that. Starship module, they're only C's, so I'll sell both of those. The A's we're going to keep. Cyclotron module we'll get rid of. Phase beam, we're going to install the phase beam on the ship. It's a really good starter weapon. And photo cannon we're also going to keep, but we do have an A there, so we'll sell this one as well. Boom. So they're the ones we're going to keep right now. And there we go. So we know that this is a ship we're going to be keeping, so we can start installing some of this. So the first thing we're going to do is install the shield, and to start off with is we are going to move the shield here into the supercharged socket so it gets even better, and we're going to have that shield upgrade. We're going to upgrade our pulse engine, so we're just going to pop that there. You can see whether it's working or not, because right here there's no border, it's just blank. If we put it there, it's now a different color. You can see they need to line up. This is the hyperdrive, so we're going to find our hyperdrive and pop it there. We're going to go into here, upgrade this one and pop it in there. So now our hyperdrive has got some okay-ish buffs. This is a photo cannon. We don't have a photo cannon yet, and this is the phase beam, which we don't have either. We've got the positron ejection moment, which will be coming out. So we've done all of that. We're not going to go on the quest at the moment. We've got rid of all of the ones we don't want, and we've installed the ones that we do want. Now it's time to go back over to the other side. A to the portal and B to the trade. Just going to run over to here. So now this is where we get all our units. You can see we haven't made any units yet. We're still on 900k. So we go to sell, and we find all the things that we've just got from our thing. So spool of nano cables, they're all gone. Subatomic regulators, gone. Recycled circuitry, gone. Compressed indium scripts, gone. And that puts us up to a lot. Always keep these, and obviously these should have been in the storage container anyway. There we go, we're now on 16 million units. So now we teleport back down to our base. Take a drink while we're teleporting. Alright, so there's our main ship. So what we're going to do is just charge up to our storage container. Get a bit closer. We are going to drop in the 2 bits that we don't want, and we're going to drop in that. We are now going to look for our phase beam package. Take that out. That is for our multi-tool, hyperdrive, deflector shield, scanner, deflector shield. That is for our multi-tool, mining beams. That's multi-tool as well, and that's for the multi-tool. So we know these 6 patterns are for our multi-tool. That's for our multi-tool as well. Alright, so that's got it a little bit more organized. So we're going to come out of there. Now we are still on our main ship, so we're going to go to our exosuit. We're going to put in the economy scanner over there somewhere. We are going to install another part of the shield. We'll just jump into our shack a minute while we're doing this, just so we don't die. You've got plenty of warnings, but that's another hyperdrive. Boom. This is the phase beam package which we want, so I'll pop that in there. Now we can have a look at this. 100 uranium and a wiring loom. That is quite tasty. Or we could sell it. I'm tempted to see how many units it's worth. If it's worth 16, it might be better to install it and then disable it. Neutron package. We haven't got any space, so we're just going to drop that there. We are going to move this back up to there, and then we can slip that into our shield. So there we go, all nicely together. That's the positron. I thought I had a photocannon package. Perhaps not. That's a mistake. Right. There we go. That's our phase beam done. Looks like we are going to actually have to pay for our photocannon install. And then what we're going to do is just install the module right there. So when we do install that, we'll be able to do it. So let's just go and check our... I don't think we've got enough now after installing it into that other one. We're not going to worry about that right now. What we need to do is get these ships sorted out. So, much like the others, ooh, go away. There we go. We've only got this one left. So we're just going to find a green space. There it is. Bump, big beastie. So what we're going to do is just jump into it to switch it up, and it should come up saying you switched your primary ship. I may have missed it, but there we go. Now we've got that scrap one as our main ship, we can go back up to the space station. Remember, look for the current system. Okay, we're back up here. So what we're going to do now is going to see how much this positron ejector sells for before we do anything else. While I remember, that is not the right person. That is the mission person. We don't need to worry about that right now. So what we're going to do is go over here and up here, over to here, come over to the ship again, and claim the scrap. See, this ship is worth 20 million. So we're going to sell that. Bump, that's all the components. We're just going to check, see what, if any, what we got. Hyperdrive module, great. We're a little bit stuffed on space right now, so what we're going to need to do is wait for the game to update to our other ship, which should be now. There we go. Stand next to it. Now we need to reorganize some of our stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to move the phase beam over slightly. It allows us to move our pulse drive over here like this. Put our shield down there, and then we've got space for that other hyperdrive. Bump. Oh, that is too many. So now what you've got to do is look at what you've got. So that's the hyperdrive range 166, warp cell efficiency 100, 100 efficiency 182 range, 100 efficiency 207 range. So this is the worst one. So look here, 1 wiring loom, chromatic metal, 13 magnetized ferrite. That's pretty good. We're going to take it out and see how much it sells for. Boom. That puts them all back to working. So we are now going to go back over here and see how much that sells for. Go to sell. The positron ejector sells for 16. And that one sells for 16. So they're both relatively cheap. So what I'm actually going to do is actually install them and then dismantle it to get the materials. Bang. And we're going to do the same thing with the positron ejector. We're just going to pop it in and then we are going to dismantle it. Boom. There we go. That's cool. Back into our exosuit, and then we've got all this to sell. We've only got one more ship left, which is our main ship. You can see the silhouette over there. What I'm also going to do now, I've picked up all my MTX, is slightly changed my suit. Where is it? Is it the helmet? Is this it? These are the MTX ones I've hit, so I'm just going to quick check. That's horrible. That's the one we have. Go to our backpack. I've now got different colours. I prefer the antimatter trail, so I'm going to pop that on. I still got access to the flowing cape, but I'm not going to do that, and just change it. There we go. And that is now what we're going to look like, which is a standard setup on all of my characters. Okay, so we've got our ship kitted out. We've got our stuff to sell. We've now got to do our multi-tool, and we do that while we're at the space station. Unlike the ships, you can't scrap multi-tools, you can just change them out. So what we're going to do is Junk C class. We're going to look at this one. Multi-tool. This has got a combat scope, which we need, so we're going to store that. We go in here. We can't take the mining beam out. We can take the mass accelerator out. So we're going to store that. We're going to look here. We're going to just store them all for now, as many as we can. The analysis visor is not worth dismantling, so that sits up there, as does this scanner. We're going to here. This is an A class, so we're going to put junk A. Bang. And that's what we're going to do with every single one. Now, I already know from previous experience that this is actually the, I think it's this one. Let me just double check. I think it's that one. Is it that one? Yeah. I already know that this one is the best multi-tool I have in the collection. I think it is. We're just going to double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We're still going to take everything out. It's just easier because that way we can what you could do is go through every single multi-tool, see which one's the better one, and it saves you a little bit of time, but I'm going to do it a different way. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 tech. So this is A15, bang. That's junk C. We're just going to check this one, see how many tech this has got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I thought it was. I thought that was worse. So we're just going to go through here. A15, check this one. I know this one's junk. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It does got one supercharge, but it is only 14, so I'd rather have the extra. So we're going to store that up here, store the visor over here. We looked at, we've got an optimal drill, we want that in our new one, so we're going to keep that. That's the advanced mining laser, you always keep that. That's a terrain manipulator, you keep that as well. And then this is a junk A. So again, background, junk C, junk A, A15, junk A. Check this one. It's another A class. This has got a nice analysis visor, so we're going to store that. Starting to run out of space, that depends on how much tech you have. Whether you want tech or what. Waveform recycler is always handy to have, so we're going to try and keep that one as well. And we'll take out the advisor. So we're now looking a bit low on space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, that's a junk. The reason why I'm putting the class on there is so when you're swapping out your multi-tools, you can know which one is easier to swap out. And what we're going to do now is just wander over here to the research guy. I don't know why, I always prefer to do with the exosuit one. I don't know why. We're going to go in here and we're going to sell all the analysis visor packages, 4 of them for 64, and then we're going to sell all the scanner ones for 64. We're going to keep everything else for now. We can always come back to it. Just double check they're all 16 and then you know. Just take a drink. There we go. Right. So that's done that one. I think we've got one more. Yep, one more. Ooh, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Oh, 17. So this one is the better. This is a 17. So this is going to be our main multi-tool. And that's what we're going to call it. Right, we are going to take out the pulse spitter. We're going to store that. We are going to store the plasma launcher, and we are going to store the scanner, and we're going to store that. No, we shouldn't have stored the scanner. We want the scanner actually. Boom. So now we're going to go into exosuit. We are going to put the combat scope in. We are now going to install the survey device with the wiring loom we've got from elsewhere. Just going to come out of that. We are going to go into our exosuit again. We will want the waveform recycler, which is to do with our scanner. So we're actually going to put that down there, and then didn't want to do that. Wanted to move it. Boom, there we go. That's our scanner nicely done. We're going to move the mining beam over here because it's the only things you get for the scanner right now, I think. We've got the barrel ionizer for the bolt caster. We've got another bolt caster. There it is. So that's a bolt caster, and then the barrel ionizer. We've got the blaze javelin, which we are going to sell. We've got the mass accelerator for the blaze javelin. We've got the terrain manipulator, which we need because this one doesn't have one, which is why you keep it, and we are going to charge it later. And we've got another scanner upgrade. I forgot about that one, so we've got 3 now. Advanced mining laser, we want that on our next to our mining beam. And we've got the optical drill, which is awesome. This sits there, so we've got 50% more resources mined. I never use a personal force field ever. You can use it, so that's going to be a sell for me. Okay, so you got 2 choices here. You can either sell these 5 for the nanites right now, so you've got even more nanites to buy stuff early game. However, if you're thinking of playing this long term, you do actually need to keep these for the BIS weapon setup down the road. So it's up to you. You can have the short term gain, and then you'll buy the patterns later for nanites from the anomaly station. So it's not like they're gone. But it does mean then you'll have to install them using the materials, but by that point you'll have tons of the materials. So it's entirely your choice. I always sell them In fact, what I normally do is have a look what the materials are going to be in, because they're only 16 nanots. So the personal shield is going to turn into an ion battery and a wiring loom. Wiring looms cannot be made, you can only buy them. So bam, I'm going to get rid of that and get the materials. I'm going to do the same with everything else. I'm just going to put them all in the same place. Dismantle that. Boom. Mass accelerator. Solar mirror. Boom. I'm just going to go through and see what the stuff has got. What's this got? Solar mirror and wiring loom. Install the plasma launcher. Yeah, I'll take that, thanks. And finally the pulse splitter, deuterium and a wiring loop. There we go. So we've got all these materials for basically free. We've got our main multi-tool done, and we will get the materials to charge that from our storage container as that. So now what we're going to do is go to the trade terminal, which is on the other side, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's on the other side. Right, off we go. Run down this ramp. Up here, over to the trade terminal, Badink, and sell the rest of that junk. Be very careful you're not selling the stuff you've just done. It'd be tempting to do so because it can be worth, but in comparison there's 12 million, 6 million, 2 million, 520k, 140k, and there we go. So we end up with a comfy 30, just underneath the 37 million and 600 nanites. We are going to now, we're going to pop that in our exosuit like so. We've got our ship set up with a 561 maneuverability, with damage is a little bit low for now, but we haven't got our photo cannon installed yet, and so that'll go up. Our main melter tool is doing 1.5k damage, which will go up eventually when we get some more tech, but first of all we need to install that. So what we're going to do now is pick up this navigation data as you've seen on the table, and that one. While we're here, there's another one. Wow, that was lucky. 3 navigation data on the table there. Walk past that how many times? So now we're going to go down to our base. Start sliding down the hill. And charge back up. Okay, so we're going to go into our storage container now. So now we pull out all of these patterns that we've been saving and see if they're any good compared to what we've already got. And we're going to do that in our shack because of the radiation from the planet. There we go. Oop. So we've only got 3 spaces left in our ship, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in our multi-tool. So let's see what we've got. We've got a scanner module, which will fit just. We'll pop that in there for now. We've got a terrain manipulator, which we've already got, but that one wants to say it's 100%. I'm not sure that's true. But we're going to keep that. We do keep one terrain manipulator just for our BAS weapon way down the line. We've got another bolt caster, which we are also going to keep. And we've got a scanner package, which we are going to keep. And finally we have a mining beam module, which we can just sneak in the corner there. There we go. It's only a B, but it does give us some mining speed and fuel efficiency. So now we've got 3 spaces left to install whatever we want. Oh, what's this? Bolt caster module. There we go. Bang, and pop another one in there. Boom. That puts our damage up to 1.4. Now moving these around may increase your damage, which is what we're going to do now. So if we move the barrel analyzer out of the way and pop this in here, still 1.4, pop that over there, pop that over there, da-da-da, da-da-da. Nope, it's still the same. There we go then. Right, so we need to charge this from the staff. I think we're done. That's all going to go back. Oh, what's this? Bolt caster. Oh, that's an S. Oh, and it still goes. There we go. We're up to 1.5. So there we go. That is our multi-tool completely capped out now. It's full of tech. Can't add anything else into it. We do need to charge our terrain manipulator. So what we're going to do now is, as soon as I find the door, there it is back up to our storage container. We are going to put these patterns back in there until late game when we find a S-class weapon. We're not going to use these. We are not going to use these. We are going to rip out everything else. You may run out of space, so just grab whatever's in there for now. There we go, inventory's full. We don't need living pearls yet, that is something later. We definitely need those. We won't need the alumino chamber. We don't need cadmium either. We do need magferrite. We do need pure ferrite, and we don't need uranium because we've installed everything. So we'll take the salvage data. All right. Also, don't think we need deuterium. Now I know, I am sure we brought a quantum computer, or was that a different save? I'm pretty sure we brought one. Did I leave it in a spaceship and I've now lost that spaceship? That'd probably be right. Okay, that's fine. Right, first things first, we're going to move all this junk into our spaceship because that's where it needs to be. And then we're going to go down here, boop, we'll go to our refiner, we're going to click here, go to our spaceship, there it is. Right, I think it's fluids into goop, no, fluids into slime, so it's goop into fluids. Right, there we go, we've got 2 minutes for that to go through. I should have done that while I was doing everything else, but I forgot, my bad. Everything else is going to stay in there. So what we need to do now, the tritium needs to go in the spaceship as well. We've got any gold or silver? No. Okay. We should have enough now to charge our, there it is. Always use the silica powder first. Boom, that's 100%. I thought we brought this. That might have been on a different save, or I've put it somewhere and I've forgotten where I put it. Silicate dust, then the ferrite. This is my OCD. You don't need to do this. It's just what I do, how it needs to be done for my brain. Okay, Starship's done. We need pure ferrite and 60 sodium nitrate. That needs thingy, and we need that. So we're just gonna pop up to the space station. I'm sure I thought we had those items. Never mind. Run out of water doing all this talking. Right, okay, come on. So we're just going to go over here and hope that this has got a quantum computer for sale. It's unlikely. Nope, it hasn't got either. We are going to buy the tritium though. Boom. We are going to buy the pure ferrite as well. We're going to buy the rusted metal because that's basically 800 ferrite dust, which saves us doing it. We're going to buy the copper, because that is chromatic metal. We don't need any wiring looms or microprocessors or any of that stuff. There's ferrite dust, we're going to buy that as well. This is why we at this point you're not worried about units, because you can just pretty much buy everything you need. It's a shame. I'm sure we brought those. It might have been on a different save. That can go in our spaceship. Boom, that can go in our spaceship. That's that done. What I'm going to do now is just jump to the other space station and see if they've got any. Oh, wait a minute. Previous system, that one. Chasing down those 3 hydraulic thingies and a quantum computer. Just wait for it to load. Skip the loading bit. Straight over to the terminal. Hope. More ferrite dust. We'll buy that. Yes. Boom, boom. No, I don't want all of them. Whoopsie daisy. Press the wrong button. 1, 2, 3. We're going to get stuck on the quantum computer, which is annoying, but you can't do anything about it. They are quite rare. I'll buy that pure ferrite. Okay. So we can't get our scope up and running straight away, but we do have the pure ferrite, so we can pop that in there. That sits over here. We'll go into there and we'll pop that in there. So now we're just looking for the quantum computer. Or did I buy the plan to make one? Need a microprocessor. We need carbon nanites. Carbon nanites to make that. To make Atlas Pass. There we go. So all those things you saw in part 1, all the big long cargo tubes that we can't get because it said we need an Atlas Pass, we now have an Atlas Pass. So that's that sorted out. Now we just need the sodium nitrate, so we're going to pop back to our base. There we go. Okay, so we're going to go in here. The refiner should be finished. Yep, it's out of juice. We'll give it some more carbon. We'll take out the viscous fluids, pop them back in the starship, come over here and find sodium. Yep, begin. How many do we need? I can't remember. 60. Oof, not sure we've got enough. No, we've only got 19, so we're out of sodium nitrate as well. This is going pretty bad, to be honest. Right, viscous to slime. We'll do a scan, and all the sodium's halfway up the hill, so we'll go and get that. While we wait, scan some stuff on the way, get some units that we don't actually need now, but you know, get the carbon, see how much quicker it goes mining this stuff. Now we've got the Uber tool. Open this, open this, open this. More ammo, that's a good thing. Aha! Sodium. Pow. Pow. Hopefully they're not too far away. Oh. Just around here, grab that one. Oh, that one's over there. Oh, there's a group over there. Not sure how many much. We can't sprint on this cliff face. Just use our jetpack. Get that one. Oh, our jetpack. We can now run. Oh, there's 5. That should be enough. Okay, back down we go. Got to be careful when you're jumping down a cliff because you can actually misjudge it, or you can run out of jetpack power and you fall and you die. Not good for anyone really. It's not red, so we can sprint down this bit. Oh. Bit like abseiling. Nearly there now. Well, that's still chugging away, so I'm just going to have to wait for that to finish. Couple of minutes left. There's not much we can do really. Just going to have to wait it out. Got enough ferrite dust. I like to have about 2,500 projectile ammunition for our bolt caster because you do go through it quite a lot later on. Didn't we get the resonators? Yeah, we did. I hate it when it does that. You don't have them in your inventory, so it says they're not installed, but they are. We're just waiting on the quantum computer. So let's just wait for this. There's not much I can do or say right now, so I'm just going to go and get a drink while we wait. Just mute the micro. Alright, so I'm back. I've just got a quick drink and we've still got about 30 seconds left on this process. I'll top up the fuel. This is worth doing. It does take time, unfortunately, and there's not much you can do while you're waiting for it, especially because we need other materials before we can move on to the next part of the game. So unfortunately, I do have to wait for this to go through so we can then do our sodium nitrate to get our photocannon in our starship. Oh. Sorry about that, just had a coughing fit. I swallowed my water rather than actually drinking it. So, right, let's get the sodium in here now. Only 26. Oh no, 113. There we go, that's better. That'll then tell us how many we need. 26, 40, we need 34. Just do a little couple over so it saves the spot. There we go, and now we can then do the living slime, which I know is going to take ages, but that's fine. We've got other things we can do while that's just cooking away. So let's get our photocannon installed now. There we go. That puts our damage potential on our ship up to 340. It's not that great right now, but it will get better as time goes on. Oh, excuse. Sorry about that, I've got some background noise happening. There's nothing I can do about it, and it's not like I can repeat the video because I've used things. So let's move on, and unfortunately if you get any background noise, I apologise in advance. So now we've got our photo cannon done, we do actually need to take a trip back up to the space station. And the reason that is just to save fuel on the ship. So we're going to pop up to the current system space station. There we go. Just wait for the portal to go through. I'll just take another drink. Okay, there we go. So now, unfortunately, it will kick off the next part of the quest. There's nothing we can do about that, but that's okay. I'm going to jump into a nice shiny ship. We're going to launch ourselves out of the space station. Pow! Going to come out here. Wait for that quest, if it's going to pop up. Yep, there it is. So press X. Oh, wait for the communicator code to come up. Got some quest text incoming here. We're just going to skip through it. Again, you can slow down or pause. We'll identify ourselves. Go. Just trying to get through this again. Most of these answers don't matter right now. And communication, there we go. Alright, that's that done. Now what we're going to do now is go here and summon the space anomaly, which is the big ship we claimed all our drops from in the first place. Don't worry, we're nearly over. It does take a long time to process this all, but it gives you a really healthy start if you've got drops. If you haven't got drops and you're just watching this to find out what's happening, I will be doing another one where there's no drops, and it'll come out in a few days' time, hopefully. Right. Excuse me. So, what we're going to do now is, we're going to go and spend some more nanites. We are going to come up this ramp and go left through the double green doors. And then go right again over to all our tech space. We're going to come over here to the synthesis lab and buy the quantum recipe, quantum computer rep. There we go. Boom. We're not going to use anything else here. We don't need anything here else here yet. These can be brought, so it doesn't matter. This is very rarely used, and you won't need that until a lot later. So we've got 420 nanites left. We are now going to go over and have a quick check. Oh, come on. At the multi-tool. That's not the one. At the spacesuit thing, and see if there's anything here we need. Yes, the hazmat gauntlet. Bang, we need that. And there's something else. No, there's not anything else we need. You could buy the simple. I might come back for the translator. We're just gonna have a look, see what else we need. Starship research. Just have a quick check, see if there's anything in here we might want. A teleport receiver. That's always good to have that. Let's just double check see anything else we need. It increases the range at which you can send stuff to your spaceship. We're not really... Oh, we could do that one and that one, but we've only got 190, so what else have we got? We've already got a phase beam thanks to something else. Just have a look to see if there's anything else we actually need right now. We can't afford that. Ideally we would like to get the efficient thrusters and then down into the auto launcher, because that makes our life a lot easier. But I just want to see what else is around first. We don't need to worry about that one. And let's just have a look at the multi-tool again. We've got a combat scope. Voltic amplifier. It's not what I'm looking for. That's what I want, but it's too expensive. That's what we want, the bolt caster ricochet. That's the thing we need. Bang. Now we're going around and have a look. See if we can afford anything else. You might as well just spend all your nanites on your tech right now, because then it'll give you all the good updates. Do we get the simple translator? No, I don't know. Let's get this. If there's nothing in here, then we'll go back and get the translator, but that isn't worth it at the moment. And what's that for? Photon cannon. Yeah, we'll buy that. There we go. That's done that. And then we also pick up this exosuit upgrade. And this time we are actually going to put it in the tech. Boom. Right, so that's all that done. We are now finished in the station. We're going to use the teleporter to teleport back home again. Back to our base. Alright, we are home again. Right, we're just going to jump into our little shack. Oh, let's run out of fuel. Bump. Oh, have we run out of carbon? We have run out of carbon. Bump. We begin again, and that goes off again. Why am I bugging out? Not sure. Okay, so multi-tool. We've got no space in our multi-tool. Exosuit. We're going to put the hazmat gauntlet we just picked up there. We do not have any sodium nitrate again, so that's going to have to wait. And we've got no other tech for this. Check our starship. We have got the teleport receiver. Bang. We haven't got any antimatter. Have we got the pattern for that yet? Yes. Make the antimatter. Boom. There we go. That's the teleport receiver done. What else have we got? Oh yes, the optics. So again, we're just going to have to move around some tech and slide in that optics there. Bang, bang. We need a pneumatic seal. Boom. I have no idea what the materials are for that, but we were able to create one, so that's good. Pop that in there. And that's got our photon cannon up, so we're up to 342 on our potential. My only concern is now we've got so much stuff in here, we don't actually have anything to put in here. So let's have a look. 1 damage, 1 shot. 1 damage, reload time. Oh, sod that. Pugnium and wiring loom. Yep, we'll disable that. And we get the bolt ricochet module, which is what we actually need. So we'll pop that in there. We'll pop the wiring loom, and then we need glass. Glass is easy to come by. You actually get glass from silicate powder. It says there, processing and refining to create glass. So all we need to do is jump out, run along the beach, get our terrain manipulator ready, and just start farming. Hit T just to get some more. Boom, 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 and just basically we make big holes in anything and everything. There we go. That should give us a lot. 224. That might be enough. Jump out the water. Oh, hello. Go. Oh, made a big hole. No. Right, so we still need that 17 sodium nitrate. That's 34 sodium. So have we got enough? Just enough. The reason we want that hazmat gauntlet is because you need that to pick up certain things which can be worth a lot of currency, and or the refiner's finished at last. We take the runaway mold, pop it in our exosuit for now. Go in here. We need 4 glass. We can make 5. So that's awesome. Wait for the count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, done. Exosuit, then we come into here, inventory, sodium, begin. Oof, that is not a laugh. I miscounted that majorly. That is, I don't think that's going to matter. This is nice. I didn't miscount. Alright, now we find that runaway mold, and this is why we've been keeping it, because we take the runaway mold, we pop it in there, and we get nanites back 5 to 1. So that'll sit in there for a few minutes. We come into our exosuit. We can now install the hazmat gauntlet. Boop. That's that done. Put our silicon powder up there. We've now got the glass, which is for our, was it our starship or our multi-tool? No, it's our multi-tool. There it is. Boom. That's installed. That's popped our damage up again a little bit, I think. We will use, yikes, ferrite dust. There we go. Silicate powder, ferrite dust, pure ferrite, magnetized ferrite. That's the order in which it goes to charge your terrain manipulator. Alright, so we've got, what, about a minute left, so we'll wait for that. Have we got anything to top this up with? Yep, some condensed carbon. There we go. Can't do anything. We are just again waiting on the processor. So I know it takes a long time, but as you can see, using the Twitch drops / previous exploration stuff, it is a lot quicker and easier, and you get a big buff from doing it. I just realised my chair is slightly broken. My brand new chair. It looks like all of the things need tightening up, so that's a job for tomorrow. It's going down quite fast. This is why I said I should have started all of this while I was doing all the ships and things, because this would have been done in the background and we would have to sit there waiting. Lesson learned, I forgot. As you see, we get nearly 300 units nanites, but we'll save those for later, because you can go, if you wanted to, you could go and do what I did, just go up to the space station, fly to the anomaly station, and pick up the patterns I've suggested in the previous part of the video. Come on, there's one left. There it is. There we go. 230 nanites. You just put them in your inventory and they get added. The last thing I want to do is go in the ship. This is why I've been picking up and saving the rusted metal. That's going to take 12 minutes, but I don't want to keep you here 12 minutes, because sitting here waiting for this to be done, I don't think there's anything else to do really. All of that's installed. All of this is installed other than the quantum computer. That's what we can do. We can make a quantum computer, can we? We need an antimatter and a microprocessor. Microprocessor requires nanotubes. Nanotubes require carbon. We don't have any carbon. Let's go and find some carbon. We need a tree or something of that ilk. Does that give carbon? Yes, it does. How much? 34. That's another 34. That's 70 odd. That'll do. That should be enough to create a tube. So we go back into our exosuit, we create the tube to create the microprocessor, to then create an antimatter, and now we can create a quantum computer, and now we can go into a multi-tool and boop, install the survey device. Oh, the reason we need to get this pretty much secondary to everything else is because now if we press F, we've got 3 new buttons. So you've got the two you're used to, which is the analysis mode and the target sweep mode. Now you can start looking for power lines, which is where you really want to build your base. You want to find a decent planet. The best planet is a paradise planet. And then you want to find on that paradise planet an electric magnetic power source, preferably higher up the better. Remember, it goes S is best, A, B and C. Next you got the mineral survey mode, which is all your minerals. Copper is one of them, silver, gold. If you look on my weekly update, you can see all the type of mines I've got going. And then finally you've also got the gas survey mode, which can find things such as oxygen and nitrogen, radon. Those are the gases that you kind of need to keep an eye out. So those are the 3 modes, which is why we install and buy and get that survey. Because now, when you're running around on planets, if you see it's got copper or something like that, I mean, what's this one? What's this planet got? Let's have a look. Go to discoveries. This planet we're on has got silver, uranium and copper. We need copper to turn into chromatic metal. You need uranium later on to do things, and silver you need for building your freighter. So potentially you could spend a long time just on this planet building various bases with mines. And this is why you need the salvage data, a lot of salvage data. There we go, just all the discoveries we made. That's another 200, nearly 200 nanites. We're set on 448 already. And that is pretty much where the tutorial quest ends. I'm sorry, I just need to take a quick break and I'll be back to finish the video. Sorry about this. As a reminder, I am a casual YouTuber and not a content creator, so I'm not going to edit this out because I can't be asked. That's a simple reason. Where was I? Yeah, so right now then, you've got pretty much everything. The tutorial mode, you've reached the main quest where I wanted to get you for purposes of having previous drops, etc. That's run out of fuel, so I'm not going to put any more in there. You can see how it works. Rusted metal, 1 rusted metal is 2 ferrite dust. We put the ferrite dust back in there, we put the rusted metal back in there, and we pick up our refiner. Quick check on here. Biddable tech, we've got 9 salvage data. At this point I would save this. Right now I wouldn't bother spending any more on this. I would save about 40 of it and go back up to the anomaly station, go to the construction terminal there, and I will show you what to do next. For basically at this point, once I've shown you this, you are free to do whatever you want. You can basically ignore the quest if you want, but I'll go more into that once we've done this last trip to the anomaly station, and then that will be the end of this video. As a reminder, if you don't have any Twitch drops or previous exploration stuff or anything like that to be collected, please wait for the next video. I will send that out. Oh look, we have a fleet. Let's go and find a freighter. It's usually the biggest ship. It's not that one. Is it going to be this one over here? Nope, they're cargo vessels. There it is. So you want to aim for the blue light landing strip on a freighter. So we come in here, wait for it to twiddle around. This is basically your space base. You can, with a lot of investment, make your freighter your home, and you never have to bother with planets again to do anything with. We'll use the portal, jack it up here, look for the captain of the freighter. The green area is where you want to have a look, because this is what's been built already. Don't know what this is, no indication of what that's for, never seen that room before. These are all corridors. That's like a desk room, that can be deleted. This can be deleted. That's a fleet command station, 2 fleet command stations. Ooh, this freighter isn't half bad. This section here just leads around to the dock ring. You follow that corridor around, that's fine. What we're most interested in is the captain. So this is where we find out. I'm not worried about what it says. Offer to buy the freighter. Oh my, it's a B class. Oh my days. We're buying that. Boom, we now have a freighter. Lots of stuff about a freighter. You can check all of the stuff here. Basically, the gist is you can warp here. You've got your fleet here, manage fleet, and you've got a science vessel there. You've got 1 science vessel in your fleet at the moment. Manage squadron. This is like your combat stuff that protects your fleet and your freighter. Each one costs nanites. Each one costs progressively more nanites. This is 800. That one becomes, I think, 3,000. That's 7,000, and I've never got as far as opening this one, but I've had those 2 open on another save. And then this person over here is where you can get your missions. Right, and then as you can see, you've got balance. If you click into balanced, it says balance there. So a balanced expedition is one that requires 1 of each vessel. So that's 1 merchant vessel, 1 industry vessel, and 1 combat vessel. Combat patrol, trade. Voyager discovery is your exploration. Yep, have we got an exploration? We've got science. Yeah, science is your exploration. So we've got one science. So for each dot, that's how many ships ideally you want to make. So we've got a Voyager discovery there. We can go in here. We can assign that. I haven't got much hope of it winning, and we don't have any fuel otherwise. But running expeditions is quite a detailed thing. And you can see my weekly episode about how to do that because I cover it in that. But we do have an hour freighter, and this is another reason why having Twitch drops or stuff like that is a godsend, because you can, as soon as you find a decent freighter like I've just done, you can buy it. I'm not going to bother with the quest right now. I want to show you the anomaly and what we're saving the salvage data for. Let's just come out of there. Now we did summon it, so we can find it over here. We're just going to go over there. I will do a freighter episode later down the line about in detail about freighters, their uses, what vessels you need to look for, and all of that. So if you want to know all about that, then wait. Unfortunately, boom. Wait for the spin, jump out. We're heading back up to the tech place. I didn't think this video would be that long. Apologies. I'll split it down into sections maybe. Up through the double doors and then to the right. Okay, so you want to come over here for your salvage data now. This is our home, the construction research panel. So the things you want to save it for. Okay, in how do we do this? It's not here. It's not in transport, aquatic. That's all design stuff. I will know it when I see it. Oh, get the lanterns are really nice to have. It's a cheap and easy way to get light, and it only costs 5 sodium. You plonk it down in the middle of your shack / building. It's your kind of first easy light source. Never runs out. You don't have to charge it. It just sits there and you're done. So I'll buy that. This is what we want. So what you're going to need to do, unfortunately, is spend 8 on the solar panel, which you'll never use because the biofuel reactor, is superior. You only need batteries when you find a place of electronic power, but in order to do that you need electromagnetic generator. So you're going to go 8 for the solar panel, which I'll unlock just because I can. Back in here. Now that will tell us now how much it is when we get the 10. So you need another 18 there, and then after you've got that you need these 10 for the mineral extractor. I think it's another 10 for the supply depot, 1 or 2 for the supply pipe, then the gas extractor. So you want all of these 4 and this one, and you need that really before you can do anything with those 3 extra actions on the visor. After you've got those, you want to start then getting a landing pad, a galactic trade terminal, I think that's about it. Yeah, and then after you've got those, I would seriously then look into getting storage containers you buy as and when you need. You've already got one that's got, I think it's like 50 slots in there, and then you just buy number 1 when you've run out of space, and then 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you can have up to 9 times 50 storage. So you don't need those. Which way is it? Oh, I'm going the wrong way. This is what I mean. This is what I'm looking for. So after you've got all of that, I would then seriously look into what structure you're going to build. Whether you're going to focus on wood, which is those two, the stone, which is those two, or the alloy, which is this one and this one. Once you've decided which one you really like the look of, then you've seen the wood. I've built a wood one. In my next weekly update, you'll see stone, and in the last weekly update, you'll see alloy. I prefer alloy a lot, so I just go for the alloy stuff. But it's entirely up to you. But choose which one you want, and then stone is mostly silicate powder and some carbon. Timber is mostly carbon and some ferrite dust. The alloy is pretty much ferrite dust with a little bit of glass, and I think that's about it. Oh yeah, the various ferrites, pure ferrite, magnetized ferrite, a bit of glass for the windows, and that's you're pretty much done with that. I don't think there's anything else. No, it's just pretty much mostly ferrite dust, some pure ferrite, and glass for all the windows, which comes from the silicon powder. So that's how I would do your salvage data. Once you've brought everything from here, which is a long grind, just double check your construction thing in your house down on your planet. Make sure you've got all of that, and you know, that's after that you can either sell the salvage data, keep some around just in case, but I'm not sure what use it is. I've never opened everything. I've never had a save going that long. At this juncture, you have all the information I can possibly give you to start your journey into playing No Man's Sky. You have options. You can follow the log here. I suggest doing this one first. This will open up a lot of plans, and then going for these. If you want to follow the quest, this one kind of bounces off of the other two, but first of all you want to follow this one to do this bit, and then kind of it's up to you which ones you do. You can watch my weekly updates. I go through the quests there, but yeah, that's it. I would highly recommend going to a station. Where's the teleporter? It's the last bit of advice I'm going to give in this video, because we are racking up to 2 hours, unfortunately. I didn't think it would be this long. Let me just go to a space station. Current system, there it is. We are just going to go over to here to this is the cartographer right next to the teleporter here. And this is why you need a ton of navigation data. Always come for specific charts. Right, so you've got a planetary chart here, which will give you a point of interest. I've never used those. This one will give you a distress signal, which can lead to new ships, crashed ships, or other things. Mostly it's crashed ships in my experience. Zizarin did several of these, and it had a 100% ship rotation, so that's pretty good. This one will give you an inhabited outpost, which can lead to new multi-tools, some reputation, and some other things. It really does depend, but you'll usually get access to a multi-tool, which could be good, it could be bad, and usually there's a one of the Viking, Korvax, or Gek inside the outpost that you can talk to, and depending on their question and your answer, you could get reputation, you could get other tech, you could get units, you could get nanites. It's all a bit random. This one will give you an ancient artifact site, which will teach you languages and can give you other things. This is one you want to do first. Get a settlement. Settlements are quite fun things to do. It's like your own little village and can churn out quite a lot of units and other resources, depending on how you manage it. don't get exosuit upgrades, the YouTube channel that I'll link in the description below has a video about how you can upgrade your exosuit for free, so you want to go ahead and watch that. But that's the cartographer, and that's how you can use all of their charts, and that's it. If you want to do reputation and get some nanites, you can run these missions. They are linked to your level, so the more missions you do, you'll get some standing. So you can see here the Gek standing. They also come up with, once you get your racial standing or reputation up, it'll start unlocking some Explorer Guild missions, so you can get that rep up, and then you can start doing these as well. These rewards can be anything from units to items to trade to nanites to exosuit charts, but the more important one is freighter. It can actually use to a crashed freighter, and that crashed freighter is what you want if you want to do freighter missions. There's also, he's on the other side, heading up to that little camp there. Oh, I missed it. Just run round, it's easier. Takes longer. This is the illegal goods vendor, the downright scoundrel. However, it will give you access to a crashed freighter for 5 million units. You can get another one for 10 million units, and then it just goes up and up. I've never brought one for 10 million. Every time you go to a space station, there is a scrap dealer, and the first time you ask for coordinates, it's always 5 million. So if you can rack up enough units every time you visit a space station, you can get a crashed freighter. And what you want from the crashed freighter, or from the missions, is you want to do the missions, which I'm going to talk more about when I do the freighter episode, because I'm not going to get into it. This video is far too long already. Just leave. But that's something you can mess around with the scrap dealer as well. They can give you missions to find stuff. But yeah, everything else you need to know, you can watch my weekly update videos, or our post comments. Check out the YouTuber below, or just search the internet. This game has been out for a number of years. And there's a lot of people that have dedicated whole websites. There's a whole Reddit sub-thread if you're interested in Reddit. A lot of the information will be a multitude of years old, where people were first playing the game. Most of the information is still relevant because I've looked it up recently and it is still relevant and good. But yeah, at this stage, if you've got drops, you have a sound baseboard, you've got on average 20 plus units. If you've got a good ship, you're able to scrap a few hundred nanites. You've got a really good multi-tool, or I've got a really good multi-tool, an okay base ship to start off with, quite a lot of storage space, and a decent amount of base materials to be going on with. Plus, we've lucked out and got a B-class freighter, which we are going to rename. You can only ever have one freighter, and you can't upgrade its class, so you do need to be on the lookout for other freighters if you want a better one, which will cost you a lot of units. So if you're interested in the freighter game, look out for my freighter video coming out soon, TM. Hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry about all the interruptions, and I'll see you in part 2B.